Anyways, how's everybody doing? I had a wonderful, relaxing weekend. I did the Camp Chappell thing this past weekend out in Yellow Springs, Ohio, and I had an amazing time. Got out there Wednesday, brought the whole family. Got tested before I got on the plane, got tested afterward. You know, went out Wednesday. I wasn't even supposed to be on the show, jumped on that show, and I just had a great time. It was such an amazing mix of just comedians, rappers, poets, musicians, the whole thing. And I just felt like everybody was sort of pushing each other. And I saw this rapper. I'm going to repost whatever the hell the kids do. The hashtag with the @ symbol. Incredible rapper. And I was glad I did not have to go on after him. I am white enough. I don't need to be following that level of heat. Just had a great time, and I really want to thank Dave. He was so ridiculously generous to myself, my family, everybody involved, and it was so much fun to be doing stand-up, getting laughs, and there was like no phones. Everybody's phone was locked, and it was a level of freedom in stand-up that I have not felt since white female comedians have started complaining. I actually felt like, as an American, I could go on stage and say whatever I wanted, which I remember fondly. Oh, all the way back last time, maybe 6-7 years ago. Then all of a sudden, all these put-upon white females. It's so hard to be a white woman in the United States of America. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. You know, we need to make this fairer. And in the process of them making stand-up fairer, I am now not allowed to say whatever it is I want to say. This is progressive, people. Fellow comics censoring and making you afraid to say what you want to say on stage. I don't get it, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And now what's funny is now they're experiencing what they created, and now they're tweeting that they're afraid to tweet. It's the funniest fucking thing. It's like you helped build this fucking house of horrors. Now you're going to walk away. I always use the rollerblade analogy. It always works. Rollerblading. We all did it. One homophobic joke. Everybody walks away and act like they never did it. And the ocean's just littered with all of our sins. Anyway. And I got to do Dave's podcast. I just had a great time. Smoked a few too many cigars out here. And I really just saw, like, you know, I really have to address the ignorance. I think the ignorance of flyover states is you know, always talked about. Not saying there's not ignorance out there. Of course there is. Of course there is. You got a bunch of people talking about a bunch of people that aren't even anywhere near them. You know, the usual shit. And then people on the coast, they talk down to the people, you know, calling flyover states, you've never spent a week in one. I'm going to tell you right now, having been out here in Ohio, the level of fun that you can fucking have and the space and the fresh air. I saw a fucking guy, he had a pickup truck with the camper shell on the back, towing a fucking, a motorhome, the one you have to tow. It's not a motorhome. No motor, but it's a home. A home on wheels, a trailer. And then behind that, he had a fishing boat. And it's just like, there's nowhere way in L.A. you could where the fuck that would take up half of your property. You know, motorcycles, four-wheelers, I mean, all kinds of just old cars and shit. Like, all I could think of out here is if I was out here, I would have a motorcycle. I could drive my F-100 all over the place, cruising these fucking great country roads, not sitting in traffic. Beautiful lakes and rivers. I mean, I'm 100% sold. And I was like, man, Dave is doing it right. It's friggin' paradise out here. And then we went one day. I took my wife and kids, and we went out to this place. The hell was it called? It was Jersey something or other. Some sort of ice cream place. And Jersey, I guess, is a kind of cow. I had no idea. And we went out to this place, and the friggin' ice cream was so good and so fresh. It was like heroin. When you I got a milkshake. This is what I did. I got a vanilla milkshake. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, Jesus, Bill, could you be any whiter with your plain Jane order there, flavor. So this is what I do, okay? This is my thing. If I'm going to a new pizza place and I want to see if they know what the fuck they're doing, I order a margarita. Because you can hide behind your toppings if you don't quite know how to make a pizza, and it can bump up the number a little bit. So I always just get the plain margarita, right? You got dough, you got sauce, you got the cheese, and whatever the fuck else, a little olive oil on the top, whatever the hell it is you do, right? And then when I go to an ice cream place, I order vanilla, the plainest of the flavors, arguably. And if you can make that taste unbelievable, then I know that you guys know what the hell you're doing. And let me tell you something. They passed my little test there. So we did that. We got to see some live music. Questlove and a bunch of other amazing musicians just playing in the back of this antique store. It was incredible. I feel like it's a little comedy festival out here. It took me back to I feel like, you know what? It felt like I was in Aspen, except it was the summertime. Just running into people, I'm going to go down the street. You just run into somebody, and all of a sudden, you guys are grabbing a coffee. Not like I'm a big-time coffee drinker, but every once in a while I'll have one. And I fucked up my order. I ordered I think a cappuccino, and what I wanted was an espresso. That's what I like, just to have, because I don't like really the taste of coffee. So I just try to do the shot. And then people's like, well, that's got more fucking caffeine in it. It's like, all right, well, whatever. It's easier, I don't have to drink a giant one, That's one of the smartest things I ever did was I never got into coffee. The amount of time. Can you imagine if you were really into coffee and you were into sports and you have to sleep 8 hours a day? I mean, there goes your whole life. That is your whole fucking life. Watching sports, standing in line for coffee, and then sleeping.